Wow, this is an eye-opener. Look what I've done to my thumb. We're talking about a grip tip that literally takes you 1 minute. Now what I'm saying here is, you try this drill for 1 minute, you will see a massive improvement in your ball flight. Whether you hook the golf ball massively or you slice the golf ball massively. I just want to warmly welcome you to this channel. We have tips 5 times a week and they are free. So do make sure you subscribe and turn on the bell. And if you've done those 2 things, you might be like Jay here, where we're answering his question about the grip. Now, if you're a slicer or hooker, everybody talks about this hand. We know you've got enough information on that, but what about this hand? First things first, I'm not asking you to go and draw on here, but it'd be interesting. Would you get away with that in a competition? I don't know. I'm just doing this so you can see really easily the position. So, the positions you want to avoid, this is where we're going to start off, and then we're going to show you how to fix it and the process for 1 minute you can go through. So this, we're going to say we've got a good grip, and a good grip, what I would class here is 2.5 knuckles on this glove hand, like I've got there. What I want you to think here, if you hook the golf ball, that's where this line, you can see here, points significantly out my right shoulder. And from the player cam perspective, if you look down on that now, you can really get a good image of what that is. Now, again, if you look at this here, look at it from the player cam perspective, if I twist this, my right hand can get really involved. And I know you golfers who do hook the golf ball will feel as though your right hand gets really involved in that club, and it's a horrible feeling, isn't it? Okay, if you slice the golf ball, you are the opposite. So from the player cam perspective, your line now will point sort of, let's say, into the middle of your chest to where I've got my logo, somewhere like that. And all you've got to know there is the opposite. It's very, very hard for you to square that club face, and it's more likely to be open because your right hand can't get involved enough. So how do you go about fixing this for 1 minute? All you've got to do, honestly, is follow this process. Now, how you swing the golf club and how I swing the golf club is going to be very, very different. We're all different, and it's about now trying to find a grip that matches up with your release. Now, the release is that I would count this as the release. From hip height on the way down to hip height on the way through, this is where we release the golf club, okay? And our grip has a big impact on what our club face is doing. So let's start with if you hook the golf ball. For 3 balls, this is what I want you to do. And literally, I'd say 1 minute or 3 golf balls is the solution here. If you hook the golf ball, we're going to come to slices in a second. I want you to start here. Get this line, or your imaginary line if you're not drawing it on, to point into the middle of my chest. So somewhere like that, okay? Now, if you hook the golf ball, you've gone from here, don't forget, all the way to here. And I want you to go to that extreme and hit your first golf ball away. Now you might hit that one away, it might be a great big dirty slice off to the right that goes nowhere. Okay, well what you do then is, you stand there and then you edge it a little bit back. So now I've got it pointed somewhere this point. So I'm edging it back. Okay, might be still a bit slicey, not great. My final ball, which is one I'm going to hit now, I get this line pointed into my right armpit. Just there. So what you do is, you keep edging it back until you stop going from one extreme to the other, and hopefully you don't start going back through the way. It's about trying to find the best bit for you. And just keep that going, keep trying until you find that one that feels good and feels with a good ball flight, consistent. So remember, start in the middle, hit a ball away, edge it until hopefully you find one where you're like, bingo! That one we like. Next up, if you slice the golf ball, that ball flight for a right-hander that moves considerably left to right and it feels really, really weak. Essentially your club face is open. We need to get the grip stronger. So we're going to complete the opposite process. So what you're going to do here is, for your first golf ball, go to the extreme again. Get that line to point all the way outside my right shoulder. Hit that one away. Boom. It might hit a big hook. So what you're going to do then is, have a look at this from the player cam. You're going to keep edging it back and rotating your right hand to the left after each shot. So ball 2, rotate it a little bit more. Ball 3, rotate it a little bit more until you find that ball flight that isn't slicey and is a lot straighter. You've got to work through this. Like I just said, your swing is different to my swing, and my swing's different to the next person who tees off on the 11th here at Mottram Hall. So you have to find the release pattern that works for you. So within 3 golf balls, within that minute, either go from really strong if you slice it and rotating it to the left, to if you hook the golf ball, putting that grip really weak and rotating it to the right. Really, really easy, really simple. So hopefully, like I'm going to hit one here, you get a nice neutral ball flight. So here we go. This is imaginary ball number 3. There's literally gone so close to each other, those two.